Today what I'm going to do is show you how I'm going to transform this light box that I picked up at a car boot sale for next to nothing late last year actually, and absolutely transform it into something that is going to be saleable or very usable in the house. And this is a great way of getting cheap light boxes, is to go to car boot sales, and this is quite a deep one. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the back and then remove everything that's on the inside. And I'll also be able to remove this frame. And this is ever such a very well made one. Now this I'm going to use somewhere else, but I want to use these on my other channel. So now I've got those off, what I can do is start preparing this frame. I don't need this bit in here, and for some reason, when they made this frame, they stuck these side bits on. So what I'm going to do is remove those and then make some more. It should be fairly easy, but I can't remove the glass to clean the glass or do anything until I've got rid of these side bits. I've got to be careful here because you know how heavy-handed I am. I'm likely to break the glass. Look, no, that's still not going to come out. Right, so I need to get something that's going to slide down there without breaking that glass. So I'm going to use a knife because at least that way I can use that and keep that fairly close to this edge like that. And that way I can take that glass out. And now I'll put that somewhere safe so I don't break it. That'll also allow me to get to all the nooks and crannies of where I want to get to ensure that I can redecorate that frame. I'm also going to have to cut myself a new back out because I don't want that rough bit that was attached there. So I'm going to get a little bit of hardboard and cut one of those out. So this is the clock face that's going to go inside this frame. Obviously I need to get some beading and make an internal frame to go on there as well. I also want to work out a way where I can get these letters raised, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. So I'm going to give that a little bit more thought and then I'll let you know how I'm going to do that. So all I'm doing now is with a knife cleaning up all this extra glue that has been spilt out at some point or other when this frame was made, and cleaning up where those edge bits were put in. Don't want them there. I'm just running my knife along it almost like it's a plane really. And this is going to be a really cheap way of producing one of these light boxes. And now what I'm going to do is quickly rub this wood down as well to clean it up so it will take the paint. And this shouldn't take too long to rub down. I'm using an 80 grit to start with to get rid of the varnish and everything else that's on here. And then these two bits I can actually glue back together properly in a little while once I've sanded it all down, now that I've broken them apart. But it's better to do that now than later. So that's sanded down enough now and I've wiped up all my dust. What I have noticed is some of these edges have come apart as well, look here. So what I'm going to do is when I glue this together, I'm going to clean all that up and glue that. Now, I need to remove the old glue because if not, it's not going to stick to wood. It's only going to stick to the glue that's there. So I quickly remove the glue. And this time I'm going to glue this using wood glue because it looks like it's already been repaired once before, but using hot glue. So once it's glued together, I'm going to be using this square clamp that I've got to really tighten it up. So let's get some glue. Put a bit of glue in here first, where this top bit's split. And I'm going to quickly clamp that down. There we go. And then I'm going to leave that for about 10-15 minutes just to set up a little bit. And then I'm going to clamp this whole thing together. Well, they're all glued together now and they're not going to come apart. What I'm going to do is pop some glue onto this part of the frame now. And it doesn't matter if it squeezes out, that's not a problem at all. And put those together because I can clean this up quite easily. And then pop my strap on, tighten that up, wipe away any excess that's come out of the top because that just means a little bit less rubbing down for me. And then leave that now until that's completely dry. I'll probably leave that overnight. So I've got some beading here. I've measured and I'm cutting 4 pieces now to go around the edge to hold the glass in for the light box. And that now should fit in that frame like that once I've glued it together. So these are all cut out now and it definitely does fit. So what I'm going to do is glue these together. Now this time I'm going to use a stapler to hold them together while they're gluing. And I've got no carpentry skills whatsoever, so if I can do it, anyone can do it. All you need is a mitre block and a saw. Measure carefully, So I'm going to put a staple in there, and then I can take that staple out. Once it's all dry, I can actually take the staple out if I need to. I might not. I might leave the staple in there. Turn that round. But I want to paint this all together, the frame and the internal frame. So that's why I've not started on the actual frame itself yet. And as long as we line those up, get them together, then we can put a staple in. There we are. And that should hold those together. Same for that one. There. Now we've got that all stapled up and nice and square. I'm going to put one in this end as well, so both ends are held tight together. There we go. And I know that fits in there because I've already had it in there really quite tight. At least that fits in there, and that will hold that glass in. I've already cut my piece of board out that is going to go on the top there like that, so then it will hold it all together really well. So then once it's all dry, it will hold it together really well, and then I can get on with putting it together and painting the frame. And I've got a special technique that I'm going to try with the frame. I actually don't know if it's going to work. It's something that I want to try out, but if it doesn't work, I've got a way of putting it right. Well, these have all been drying overnight now, so that's lovely and dry. That isn't going to go anywhere, and so is this. So let's take this out of its clamp. Oh yeah, look at that. And that should fit in there easily now. And it does. Fits in there lovely. And the back should fit on. And it does. So we can now start to decorate this. Before I do it, I'm going to give it another little light sanding, just in case I've got any glue anywhere. And that'll allow me to paint this much easier. I can also take out the staples from this side. That way I'm not going to have these pressed up against the glass or anything like that. I'm going to leave them in the other side because it just gives that extra support. And now I'm going to give this a couple of coats of black paint. I'm doing inside and out as well. I'm not doing just the outside. You could spray this if you wanted to, but I think it's just as quick to paint it. Well, I'm ready to glue the clock face onto the backboard now. I know that if I use neat white glue, it's going to be dry in seconds because it's so warm here today. So what I'm doing is I'm watering that down. Probably about 75% white glue, 25% water. So that's nice and watery. And that should glue that on there really well. Make sure you get right to the very edges of everywhere. And also, because I've made it watery, it isn't going to dry out instantly. It'll give me time to be able to put this on. And now I can slide this on, making sure it lines up everywhere. And now, so I don't damage this, I'm going to actually put a silicone mat over the top of it. And then take my brayer roller and roll that down over the silicone mat. Make sure I've got no air bubbles in it. I'm going to place a bit of board over the top of that and then put some weights on it. And then I'm going to leave that for about an hour. Well, that's had an hour now, so that should be all nice and flat. Take that off and then take the silicone off there. Yeah, look at that. That's absolutely flat and glued to there wonderfully. So let's put that to one side and we can put this silicone mat away. So now it's time to do this frame, and I'm a bit nervous about it because I don't think it's going to work, but I've got to give it a go. What I'm going to try and do is use these chrome markers, which this is the gold one by J. Diction, and I'm going to paint this on here on the sponge and then go over it with that, and hopefully it's going to pick that up and sparkle. Oh, it is, definitely. Now, I've done this before using gold paint, but I didn't want to use gold paint this time because I wanted that little bit of extra sparkle in it. And the gold paint doesn't always sparkle as much as I want it to. So what I'm going to do is carry on going all the way around like that, all the frame and the internal frame as well. And then I'll show you how I'm going to construct the clock. So they're all done now. I've just got to wait for them to completely dry. They won't take long. And while I'm doing that, I can choose which clock I'm going to have. Now, I make a lot of clocks, so I've always got clocks pieces available and tons of hands to choose from as well. This one, some of them have got long stems here and some of them have got shorter stems. So for this one, I think I'm going to need a short stem. Yeah, I am. Don't know if I'm going to put a second hand on this or not. Well, I'm going to put a second hand. The third hand that goes tick, 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 that counts the seconds. Does not make any sense whatsoever. And I'm going to quickly go through and choose which hands I want If I want them a different colour, they spray really, really easily. So you can change the colour of them, no problem at all. Well, now I've got all that chosen, I need to drill a little hole through the middle here to put the clock mechanism. There we go. So I've made a mark and I've cowed to sunk it. And now I just need to put this together. I need a rubber washer, a metal washer, and a little nut. And I also need one of these as well to put on there. That's run the wrong way, so it's never going to hang up like that, is it? Pop that back through there, put that on, tighten this up. So all I need to do now is pop my hands on my clock and they just push on like that. Try not to bend them as you put them on because they are a real pain in the bum if you bend them. I mean, you can bend them straight again, but oh, they are a nuisance. And then the small one obviously goes right on top. So that's the hands I've chosen. I think they go really well with that clock. And now it's just a case of putting the whole thing together. The first thing I've got to do is put my glass in, which I have cleaned. And this whole clock has probably cost me no more than about £4 to make. My time, of course. Because I got the frame from a car boot sale for next to nothing. I printed the clock face off myself from one I designed. These battery clock mechanisms, they really cost nothing to buy. I'll link them. You can sometimes get 4 for less than £10. So that's that done. All I need to do now is put my little grips in. Again, that will hold this back in. And obviously I saved them when I rescued the frame. And they go in ever so easy. Get my little hammer. And I'm going to put 2 each side. You literally just push them into there, knock them in, and then fold them over, and that will hold that in. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what the whole thing looks like. Well, there we go. It's all finished now. I'm really, really pleased with how that's come out. Now, if I was to sell that, I would sell that for £45. It's a completely unique clock. All the faces designed by me. The frame is completely unique as well. And I think it looks absolutely beautiful. So it'd be good, quite a nice profit on there for the amount of time that that's taken as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that upcycle of that frame. I absolutely love it. It was really easy. Check out the other clock that I did here. Honestly, you won't believe how well that one turned out. And that one I would have easily sold for £75. Boot the like button, hit the subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.